The HST, arguably the most iconic train in the whole of the UK. For 49 years, they've been the backbone of services across the country, being passed down between operators. However, their reign will be ending soon, as the last of these trains now operate with GWR in the southwest. So join me as I check out the most iconic train in British history.
Go down here.
Hello there, today you find me in Parr, a small town in Cornwall with a population of about 1,600 people. In today's video, I'll be heading back to Cornwall on board one of GWR's iconic HST trains. But before we do any of that, let's take a look around the station. Parr is a small station consisting of 3 platforms. The first 2 platforms are for mainline services from GWR and cross country, while platform 3 is for branch line services to Newquay. The station opened in 1859 under the Cornwall Railway, and as of 2024 saw about 200,000 people use the station. This station is one of the 10 stations in the country to have 3 letters in its name. Due to this, the station code is the same as the station name. And here comes our train for today, a GWR Class 43 HST, also known as a castle set. It's hauling 4 Mark III coaches with it. These units were built back in 1975 to replace the old steam locomotives operating on England's main lines. They first entered operation on express services into Paddington before becoming an icon of the railway. However, with the introduction of the IATs, GWR withdrew the HSTs from mainline services as they now operate regional services to Cardiff and Bristol from Penzance. I've actually ridden a HST on the channel before. You can watch my video on my experience in the top right corner. Now let's take a seat and watch as our train departs.
Penzance. The next station is St Austell.
We now depart Parr. The journey to Penzance will take about 1 hour, as we travel 45 miles at a top speed of about 100 miles per hour. And if you're wondering how much it costs, this ride will set you back about £14 if you book in advance, which if you ask me is not bad at all. Also, this variant of the HST does not feature any first class or offer any sort of catering service, unlike the HSTs that are operated by ScotRail. Now then, let's take a look at today's route. After departure, we'll be calling at St Austell, Truro, Redruth, Camborne, Hale, St Erth, before reaching our final stop of Penzance. All of this within 1 hour. Here we are at our first stop of St Austell. This station is part of a major interchange as it's combined with a bus station, providing easy access to villages surrounding the area. There's nothing much else to say about this station, it's just your bog standard Cornish station. Well then, let's take a look at our seat for today's journey. The seats here feature GWR's iconic green maquette, and I must say, these are very well padded at the bottom, but the headboard is very rough due to its rubbery-like nature, making it very hard to relax. Each airline style seat features its own tray table, which can be extended for items such as laptops. You'll also find these very rough armrests, which seem to be in very poor condition here. I have no idea what this metal frame is for. If any one of you knows, then be sure to let me know in the comments down below. And finally, we have the usual above head storage areas. As we speed through the Cornish countryside, it's important to know that the speed of these trains are limited. While we do have a maximum speed of 100 miles per hour, the true speed of the HSTs is actually 125 miles per hour. This is mainly due to the poor condition of tracks in the area, and to reduce the wear and tear to extend the service life of these trains. Currently, we're travelling at about 66 miles per hour. Now then, let's take a look at the bathrooms, which can be found at each vestibule of the carriage. Well, this is not very good. The tap seems to be working fine, but the soap dispenser is either empty or broken, and these bathrooms do not feature any hand dryers. Also, just look at how dirty the entire thing is. Since we're in the last carriage, you can see the inside of the other HST. I didn't want to get any closer to avoid getting in trouble. And here we are arriving into Truro, a city with a population of about 23,000 people. It's one of the more busier and important stations on the line. It serves as a terminus for the Maritime Line, which is a small branch line serving the town of Falmouth. Most services also have a 1 to 2 minute wait here, which is enough time to go onto the platform and admire the beautiful station building. While we speed towards our next station, I think it's time to talk about the future of the HSTs. GWR have already found a replacement, which will be the Class 175s, which previously operated with Transport for Wales. The other operator of the HSTs, ScotRail, haven't confirmed a replacement, however they have planned to have a new fleet by 2026. The HSTs will either be sent to Heritage Railways, or the rest will be exported to Mexico or Nigeria. It's a shame to see such iconic trains go, but it is understandable when you consider how old they are. Hopefully I will be able to film our ScotRail HST video before they go. We're now arriving into Redruth. Last year, this station saw 362,000 people enter and exit the station, which is not bad for a standard Cornish station. I'd now like to talk about my personal memories of the HST, as my personal station of Hayes and Harlington is located on the Great Western Main Line. As a child, I used to watch these magnificent locomotives haul intercity services in and out of London, speeding past the station, which often caused my ears to hurt. It was also one of the first trains I ever rode, as I took a short hop from Paddington to Reading on board a very crowded first Great Western service. So you can see why I care for these trains very much, as it's one of the reasons I'm a train enthusiast to this day. We're now arriving into our penultimate stop of St. Earth. You can change here for the branch line to St. Ives. We're now on the approach into Penzance, so I think it's time to give my conclusion on today's trip. While the HSTs may be iconic trains that allowed Britain's railways to have the somewhat good reputation it has today, from what I've seen today, the HST has fallen from its glory days. From dirty and non-functioning toilets to uncomfortable headboards, it's clear that GWR is slipping in quality maintenance of these trains as they prepare for their replacements. In fact, the only good thing about today's trip was the actual seat, which is somehow better padded than GWR's Class 800s. Overall, these trains are good to ride, from an enthusiast perspective, but if you look at it from a customer's perspective, you'll see a whole different story. But enough of that, have you ridden GWR's HST? If so, what did you think of them? And what do you think about their future? Let me know in the comments down below. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, then be sure to subscribe, and be sure to join my Discord. You can find a link in the description down below. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.